Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about personal brands. Now historically, personal brands have always been a thing for celebrities or people with businesses, but that's really not the case anymore, especially since we live in an era of social media. I think that anyone can build their personal brand and leverage it to find a job or build their own business. In this video, we're going to be discussing how you can build your personal brand as an architecture student or graduate and the steps you can take to land that job in 2024. I'm mostly speaking from personal experience, and if you've watched my other content or followed along my journey, then you'll know that I've taken a very unconventional path in my career so far. I worked both professionally in the architecture industry, but also freelance and done things like content design, brand design, social media, and other projects that I've been really excited about. But if you're looking to get experience and work your way up the ladder to eventually qualify as an architect, personal branding can also apply to you. The reason why I tell almost every architecture student I meet to build their personal brand is because it's what I wish I had done when I was an architecture student. Plus, if you live in a big city like London, then you'll find that the industry itself is very close-knit and it becomes this game of who you know. I've also found that having an incredibly strong portfolio or a wide selection of works is great, but having that one connection can honestly help you so much to get your foot in the door, and it will help you save a lot of time from sending out hundreds of applications. Now, what exactly do I mean by personal brand? I don't mean just starting an Instagram page with .design or .studio after your name, because I see so many students make this mistake and it doesn't really go anywhere. That's because you end up in this gray zone where you're not really posting as yourself and you're not really established enough for people to take an interest in your brand. Instead, a personal brand is simply you. It's the stuff that you post online to engage with industry connections or network with other people, or even showcase your own skills and journey. Most people mistake having a personal brand with being a content creator, but I can assure you these are two very different things. I've been making content for about 4 years now, and I've provided tips, advice, and just educational content to students in architecture, but that's very different from me documenting that journey in my personal brand on LinkedIn. Like I said earlier, the architecture industry is all about who you know, so getting in front of those connections and really standing out can help you a lot, especially if you're looking to find a job. So where do you begin? Now, I know the instinctive thing to do is to post your work and curate this very beautiful feed, but like I said earlier, it doesn't really get you where you want to go, especially if you're not being consistent or you don't have a strategy behind what you're posting. Also, it's less likely that employers are spending time on that platform, which makes it even more difficult to engage with them. That's why I suggest starting on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a really underrated and underutilized platform, especially by students, so it can be a really great way of standing out if used properly. The benefits are that it's all real people, you get to make connections that you can keep track of, and you don't have to hide behind a username. It's also a very different tone of voice over there, and the vibes are really different in terms of the types of content and algorithm and what shows up in your feed. I know the general piece of advice on LinkedIn is to start by completing your profile, but you'd be surprised as to how many students don't actually take that advice, and it can actually decrease your chances of having a potential employer find your LinkedIn because your information isn't filled in and it's not up to date, and so you're kind of just left with this like blank profile that doesn't really mean anything. So it's really important that you set up your profile and complete every single section to the best of your ability, because this will help to boost your profile on the platform itself. The next step involved in building your personal brand on LinkedIn is to start by creating content. You can post images, videos, and text-based posts are incredibly common because I think they work really well. You could also start a newsletter right within LinkedIn, so that's really great if you're keen on writing or you want to share other things and things that you've learned with people as well in a very concise format. But, and this is something that a lot of people miss, posting content goes hand in hand with engagement. It's also really important to kind of see who's in your network, keep developing that network, making new connections, and engaging with those people, because it's very likely that you'll find a lot of standout kind of connections who are almost posting very consistently, and engaging with them is very, very important. It's all great if you've got your content format perfected and you're posting consistently. However, this will go to waste if you're not engaging with people as you expect other people to engage with you. And the simplest way of making this happen is just by doing a daily engagement for about 10 to 15 minutes each day, scrolling through your feed, commenting, sharing, liking posts, And like I said before, the goal isn't really to turn you into a content creator, because you don't necessarily need to teach people something. It's more just about being active in the industry itself. You could write about observations that you've made in the industry, comment on industry news, things that have been happening lately, or just share things that you think need more exposure. Additionally, you should definitely try using it as a way of showcasing your own skills and design interests. If you're keen on learning how to do more of this, then I also offer personal branding coaching, which is a way for me to kind of teach you one-on-one every week, where I'll basically guide you on how you can build your profile, start posting, developing a content strategy, and kind of just finding your own place online. If you think that might be something for you, then all you have to do is check out the link in the description and book a discovery call with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.